bring on our guy, Kyle Rode. Kyle, what's going on tonight?
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first off, wanted to ask you about the home opener against Regent. Felt like the atmosphere at Liberty Arena, at least on TV, was really really good for a non D1 team. What did you feel about in that game?
Yeah, no, I think that's the expectations kind of our Flames Nation has set. Like we try to bring a crowd every game, and I think they even said it was the top five attendance game we've ever had there. So it was awesome to see. It's pretty cool. COVID's now kind of in the back burner, it seems like, and people are really trying to get out and get to games. So it was awesome, and it was electric.
Yeah, Kyle, it was exciting to watch you guys play against Regent. I was really looking forward to that game to just kind of see how the new guys played, and I'm just always interested in that. And we know that you guys, had some scrimmages in the off season, Georgetown, Virginia Tech, but this one against Regent was the first one that kind of counted. How are you feeling about the team's chemistry on the court after two games, kind of compared to when you guys first started practicing together in the off season?
Yeah, 100%. I think you kind of get a taste of just how guys fit in. You know what I mean? When you're playing
Yeah.
somebody different, like in practice, there's always 10 guys on the court because we're always playing against each other pretty much. And then you get into a game and it's an environment where only five players play for Liberty. So it's been great. We have such a selfless group, and I think we have a lot of pieces that fit in well with one another. And Coach McKay probably has one of the hardest jobs finding minutes and doing combinations and things like that. But he always does a great job of facilitating that. And I feel like we're a program where it's like at the end of the day, we have a bunch of guys that want to win the game. So whatever role that is on any given night can look different, and we got a bunch of guys that stay ready.
So, kind of obviously, the Alabama game didn't go the way that you guys wanted to. You guys were really competitive in the first half, only down 9 points at halftime, and that was with Darius McGee spending a lot of the time on the bench in foul trouble, and then Colin Porter as well. What just maybe went wrong in the second half? Now that you've had some time to digest some of the game film and stuff like that, what do you think really went sideways for you guys?
Yeah, I think any time kind of over my career that we've been here, it's like when you play in those big kind of Power Five games, the margin of error just shrinks, right? That's kind of the overwhelming factors. Like that margin of error is small, and so like you said, I had to kind of little without Darius and Colin there in the first half, kind of had to manage. Okay, let's keep this thing under 10 if we can, and try to even just keep it as close as we can. So felt like we did a really good job of that. And then in the second half, like you said, just kind of got away from us a little bit. And it was honestly just 4 or 5 possessions where maybe we didn't get the best shots we wanted, and everything went right for them. And then you blinked, and it was 20 points. So it was one of those games, man. It was great for us to learn from, and I love our team. And I know that might be weird after getting beat 35 or whatever it was, but at the same time, I like our guys, and came with the same approach yesterday to practice and today, and I'm super excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, Alabama seemed to really just swarm Darius on defense. I don't, I'm an uneducated fan watching the game. I don't know if I ever remember a team that I thought did as good of a job just making his life miserable out there the minutes he played. Did you kind of feel the same way? Did you feel that maybe their defense on him was just really exceptional?
Yeah, I think they did a great job, obviously, in their prep, and I think it just shows the respect like Darius has. Like you have an SEC school that guards him like he's a superstar, and I think that's super cool to have guys on your team like him, and us guys around him can do a better job of using that to our advantage too. You know what I mean? And it was great to see that, and credit to them. They did a great job, and next time we'll be prepared and ready for it.
Do you feel like that kind of gave you guys a gauge a little bit this season, kind of maybe what you're up against with what teams are going to try to throw at you defensively, and maybe a little bit better idea kind of going forward of ways to hopefully, turn the advantage back in Liberty's favor when teams are that aggressive against him.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's even funny you mentioned that too. Like, I remember my freshman year, Darius was a sophomore on that 30 and 14, and we go to Stetson and they box him on Darius even with all those guys, and Darius was the one they boxed him on. So it's nothing we haven't seen before, if that makes sense. And they're obviously their length and athleticism is great for that kind of game plan too. So it was great for us to see, especially second game of the season, and like you said, be prepared for it because teams are definitely going to try to replicate it. And yeah, it was great.
Let's talk about the two positives that I really saw from the game. The first one was, I think, the most obvious one was Colin Porter. 0 turnovers in 26 minutes, 2 for 2 for 3. How have you felt about Colin Porter just jumping right in and kind of, I feel like, taking the point guard position and really making it his?
Yeah, 100%. I think since the day CP's got on campus, he's had just kind of that confident point guard like demeanor when he steps on the court, and it's super calming to play with. To know you have a guy that is going to make the right plays, the right reads, and not to put pressure on him like that, but he's what we needed. You know what I mean, at that point guard spot, and he's been great. He's a Kentucky guy, so I love that guy, and yeah, he's been awesome, and that was definitely a highlight, especially in that environment. It's probably hard to hear over the TV, but they brought it. They Friday night in Tuscaloosa, and he responded.
The other positive that really saw is Joseph Van Zandt. He's already hit 2 threes this year. Last season in Division I games, I'm not sure if he hit any in non-D1 games, but only hit 3 all year. Is he a guy that is one of those guys that you see in practice that can really hit the 3 ball, but just hasn't shown it yet? That maybe there's a lot more that we can expect this year with maybe his ability to knock down some perimeter shots and open up the offense for you?
Yeah, I think anytime JV gets a room and rhythm look for 3, like, I think it's going in, and I think our whole team does. He's done a great job, testament to his work that he's been putting in since he's gotten here. And honestly, I think that's tough too, because for a guy like him, normally to stay on the court, it's to play defense. So the fact that he works on his game outside of his defensive role, and he works on his shooting as much as he does, it's awesome to see, and gives you confidence. Like, I think he does a great job repping that, and yeah.
Kyle Bill Powell says he's looking forward to tomorrow night, and so are we. We were just talking before you came on. We were talking about North Carolina Central, and they're looking pretty good this year. And there's probably a lot that you can take away from that Alabama game and that Regent game as you guys go forward. But I'm here, Kyle, to ask the hard questions and not pull any punches. So tomorrow night is Teddy Bear night at the game.
There you go.
And I was wondering who is one person on the team that you would most liken to a teddy bear?
What do you mean liking? Like, what does that mean specifically?
Like maybe you just want to give them a hug. You might want to cuddle with them at night. I don't know.
It clearly would have been a B. It clearly would have been a B last year, right?
That's a super question. Probably my wife, to be honest. Like, I'm married. It's really weird. Shoot, that's a weird one, guys. I don't know. I didn't even know Teddy Bear Night was a thing, to be honest. So.
I'm not here to lob softballs, man.
Kyle's gonna call it sick tomorrow night now. Thanks, Will.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, one last question for you, Kyle. So this week you got 2 games at home: North Carolina Central, Southern Miss. We talked about how they've been really impressive so far this season. Do you kind of feel like, wow, these 2 games are really important before you guys head into a really tough Thanksgiving tournament to really, right the ship and kind of set this season up for success for you guys?
Yeah, 100%. I think tomorrow is just extremely important for us. Like, we want to take advantage of every opportunity, especially a home game. Like, it's so fun playing in front of our fans, and like you said, having that game on Friday too. You're home for a week, and then before, like, the season can get crazy pretty quick. And then you go to Cancun, and then so just try to stay in the moment as much as we can, and have a great shoot around tomorrow, and then have a great game tomorrow night, recover, and then on to the next one. But super, super excited for tomorrow, and focused on that one.
All right, sorry, we lied. Will's got one more final question for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just looking at that schedule. Yeah, my question was, how tough is it to? I mean, I know this is your job. You play basketball, but how tough is it to focus on basketball? Like when you guys get to go to Cancun, like when do they tell you what the schedule is? Like, are you looking forward to like just like laying on the beach or just hanging out at the hotel? Like, does your wife get to go with you? Like, what is that whole experience like when you get to go to Cancun as part of your job?
I think growing up kind of in like the AAU world, you learn like how to balance it, if that makes sense. So like
Yeah.
growing up, like my July would look like New York first weekend, come home for a few days, then go to Spartansburg, South Carolina, then fly out to Los Angeles and Vegas for 11 straight. And that was my July, you know what I mean? And then that was for 3 straight years in high school. So at the same time, like it's a business trip, but like the experience you get with the guys around you is like more, honestly, sometimes like more than what you'll remember than the actual games and what actually happened in those games. So just love building relationships with our guys and going on trips. Like Cancun's not a bad place to go on a trip. And yeah, my wife's actually making that trip, a little Christmas gift for her to get to go. So super excited just to have the experience and get out there and compete.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks so much, Kyle, for your time. Really appreciate it, and we'll look forward to you guys hopefully bouncing back this week with two nice wins. And hey, we got to get you to turn on that awesome light behind you for the next episode.
Yeah,
yeah, man. It's actually from our wedding. It was one of those picture wall things. So yeah, it lights up like LED. So
we need that on next time. We need that on next time. That's really
might
good.
Have to. So appreciate you guys having me.
All right, awesome.
Thanks, Kyle.